Y'all come on in and sit wherever you want.
Well, it's summertime, and that means it's grill time. Time to fire up the grill and make some hamburgers, or what we call June burgers here down at MarcyJo's.
No, it's funny. Everybody always asks what a June burger is.
Right.
And I tell them that Joey's mom's name is June, and she's the one that taught us how to make them. So we decided to name them after her mama.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of times when we get to the farm, we'll be on the road traveling and everything, and I'll be wanting to make some June burgers for Rory, and I'll go to get my buns, and I have no buns, or they're old and stale, and they're just not worth anything. So one time I decided to make a homemade hamburger buns, and they turned out really great.
Yeah, they're
Rory
beautiful.
Rory loved them, so I said, let's bring them down to MarcyJo's and have MarcyJo's make them.
Why not? Add more on me. Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah, let's do.
But
people love them.
Yeah.
All right, well, let's get started
Stop
with
taking
this.
my line.
Sorry. Let's get started. So, Marcy, what are we going to do first?
All right, so first we're going to add some oil. And then you're going to add some sugar. And then you're going to add your yeast.
And again, we tell you these measurements online. You can find these recipes online.
Yeah, you'll post them online. And then you're going to take hot water. I mean, not real hot, but nice and warm. That way it'll activate your yeast. And you're going to stir this together really good. And normally you want it to sit for what, 5 minutes?
Yeah. You don't have to, but it's nice to let the yeast activate and get all nice and foamy. We're going to crack 1 egg in here. Add a little bit of salt to this as well.
Yep.
And really what's handy is if you have a big mixer, like an electric mixer. We always do this in the kitchen with an electric mixer, but it's a little bit loud and clanky out here, and it doesn't always sound too nice. Then you're going to add about 3½ cups of flour. So Marcy, knock yourself out and stir that bad boy.
Okay.
Oh, shoot.
Why am I getting the hard part?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
Okay, done.
Scooch over. This is what we have. This is our finished dough here. So we're going to put a little bit of flour on the table, and we're going to break out our dough. Oh, it's so gorgeous. The thing that's great about this recipe as well is you don't have to let this rise. You know, a lot of our breads, you have to make them up, let them rise for an hour, punch them down, form them out, and then let them rise another hour. This, literally, it's 10 minutes, and that's all you have to do. So we're going to just form it in a ball.
That looks great.
Looks wonderful. Get a knife, cut this in half, and then you're going to cut it in half again.
And this makes what, about 8 good batches?
This makes 8.
But I mean, we make ours pretty big. So if you want to go smaller, you just got to cut your dough down a little bit more.
Absolutely. And I just like to just kind of patty them out like this.
Yep, and form it out.
Form them out. Kind of smoosh them down just a little bit. And then you get a cookie sheet and put some parchment paper on them.
Just like right there.
You're gonna heat your oven to 350. Put your thing on there, and I like to throw an egg wash on there. So just put an egg with a little bit of water.
It gives it a really pretty shine.
Yes, it does.
Isn't that great?
Yeah, and then just let them set for about 10 minutes. They'll get nice and puffed up.
They're beautiful.
And then this is what they're gonna look like after you bake them in the oven about 35, 40 minutes.
Isn't that great?
Pretty.
Them are just gorgeous.
People love these.
They
really
go
crazy over them.
They really do. I got to tell you guys a story, though. Me and Rory and Joe had a cookout last night. And I just bought a brand new screen door for my back door. And Rory goes right through it last night. It was so funny.
He was coming out the back door.
Yes, and he just went right through it and just, oh God. And
knocked it off.
Yeah, and Joey's like, don't worry, Marcy, you can take it back. You can just tell him that it doesn't work, or what'd you say?
I said, well, it's defective because you can't walk right through it.
You can't walk right through it.
Well,
Isn't that beautiful?
It is gorgeous.
So you guys, I got a really good friend of me and Rory's that we grew up with. His name's Bruce. Come on over here, Bruce. Good to see ya. I've been good. Bruce grew up with us in Greenville, and he's a really close friend, so he's going to try this. Isn't that beautiful?
Go ahead, give it a sample. Now, a lot of times when we make our June burgers, we'll also grill some onions and season it with a lot of pepper and garlic and things like that.
Isn't that great?
But those buns, I think, are really what sell it.
Yeah, they really are.
No,
they really are.
You get to keep it.
You get to keep it. Yep. Thanks,
Thanks
Bruce.
for joining
Great
us.
To see ya.
All right. Well, there you have it, folks. That's our homemade hamburger buns here at MarcyJo's, where we're changing lives
One bite at a time.